So I went looking for some antiques. I was sort of talking to Guru MN and Brojo Ghost on Twitter about old computer things. And my dad somewhere, I'm sure, still has a 20 megabyte hard drive. Not sure where it is, but I looked for it, I couldn't find it. I found Windows 3.1 on 3.5-inch floppy disks. Then in one drawer I found this big thing full of papers, and in my grandmother's handwriting it says on there, "Very old, precious." So started looking through that a little bit. I found, among many other things, this letter. It's dated July 23rd, 1898. And it's a letter from my great-great-grandfather to my great-great-great-grandmother. Yeah. My very dear mother, one would not have believed it possible 20 years ago that I would write this letter to you still in the body. It rains today, and I know no better way to occupy the time than by writing to the dear old lady who gave me breath. What a history you have had! What changes you have witnessed! Your parents lived nearer to the patriarchs than to us. I mean that the world has undergone more changes since you were born than in all the time since the days of Abraham. I can remember the day you were 35. I remember you said that you had reached middle age and spoke of 70 as being the age of man. This was news to me, and I never forget it. I remember my own 6th birthday. I was invested with a new pair of pants with pockets, my first pockets, and I went out to where Father and Harry Lowry were splitting rails to show. Then came the move from a board shanty to the stone hut behind the moon. The cholera scare and the snake bite brought more terrors than war. Our new neighbors, the Hollands... Okay, I cannot read that. Can you read that word? I think it's a name. It's just a squiggly line with some dots over it. Oh, he's listing a couple of the neighbors. The Hollands, the one I can't read, and the Balls, etc. Then the great move to Minnesota. Ah, how much it meant. Vastly more to you than to us children, who always greeted change, hard times, burdens, Indian scares, and whatnot. Then came the Great War. That would be the Civil War. So as not to be confused, this is before the war that later became known as the Great War, which was World War I. And your boys, still children, some of them, donned the blue and marched off to war. I always knew your suffering was great. Can't read that word. But the something sense of it grows upon me as the years roll past. So the years have come and gone. Time has put spectacles on the eyes of most of your living children, while it has covered the bodies of 2 of them with the green, can't read that word, it's damaged. I think I know what he means. For 24 years you have been a widow, and the neighbors and friends of your own age are nearly all gone, and you are living to be the last leaf upon the tree in the spring. A less hopeful and cheerful disposition would have murmured and complained. Your life would have been soured, and you would have fretted yourself into the grave, perhaps long ago. But the grace of God and a naturally buoyant spirit have kept you sweet, and your old age has been a benediction upon all your descendants and friends. You are not simply without enemies, but all are warm and active friends. May the blessing of heaven shine upon your remaining days, and your sun go down in a clear sky. We are all well here. Effie is still with us. Lucille and Grace are at Morris with Fred, and Hattie and children are all going into camp near Alexandria next Monday. We're about half through haying. Wheat crop is rather light. Rain came too late. Oats and barley, also corn, look well. We have now rain enough. There will be lots of hard work until the snow flies. Isabel has not yet returned. The rain has ceased, and I must go and milk the cows. They have not been milked so late before this summer. We do not know whether you are at Hastings or St. Paul. Wherever this reach you, give our love to those we know, and may you continue to live and enjoy life for many years to come. Eliza joins me in all this. Her eyes are in poor condition to write. Genevieve says, "Tell her I would like to see her." So say we all. Goodbye and God bless you. Your affectionate son, Thomas. Anybody write letters like that anymore? Somehow I don't think so. I just saw that. I hadn't even read it all. I just read the beginning part. I thought, I want to share that. So there you go. I was going to say something about Mark Ritchie, who spoke at church this morning. But I won't. Maybe tomorrow.